So the third topic we are going to explore is biodiversity. This is my favorite. What shapes biodiversity? There's two rainforests. One is in Costa Rica, another is in Washington State. So their geographic areas are utterly different. So they all belong to the same two types of the forests, but the species they hosted are very different. Environmental conditions determine what types of living things are present at different locations around Earth. How many species we discovered? 2 million. It's only 14% of the land species and 9% of the ocean species. And you probably ask why there's a vast majority of the species we haven't discovered. Well, it's due to our limited knowledge, okay, and some of the species are very tiny, and some of the species may look very similar to the species we have discovered, so we don't even know they're different. Tropical climates hosted a greater diversity of species than temperate regions, and I hope you can understand this perspective from the biomes and also from the Annenberg video, and also from the lectures. So remember, tropical areas, they are biodiversity hotspot. What is biodiversity? That means many kinds of genetic information, many kinds of species, and many kinds of ecosystems have different characteristics. This is an example of genetic diversity. Okay, the yellow corn, the genetically uniform field corn on the left side has very uniform gene makeup, and the right side have a very diverse gene makeup. So their genotypes are different and their phenotypes are different. Species diversity, the left side is a mangrove forest, which has a low species diversity, and the right side is a natural desert ecosystem that has high species diversity. Look at the colors, how beautiful it is. So when we talk about species diversity, we talk about two things. One is richness of species, that's a number of different kinds of species in the area. And the other is evenness, the relative abundance of each species in a certain area. So when calculating species diversity, scientists must determine both. This is a good picture to show you the left side of the picture and the right side of the picture. They have equal amounts of plants, but you can see the right side of the picture show the plants have equal number of kinds of the species and almost equal number of the individuals in each species. So the right side is more species even. Now, ecosystem diversity, and apparently the left side is much more diverse than the right side. The right side probably have only one ecosystem, and the left side probably have several, right? The river is one, and the shrubs, bushes is one, forest is one, the grassland is one ecosystem, the mountain area is an ecosystem. We already talked about 5. So when we talk about ecosystem diversity, I want to mention this again. When I say self-study slide, that means I'm not going to go through everything on the slide. You read all the information. That it doesn't mean it's not important, but that means it's easier to understand. You can do that by yourself. So to summarize, the tropical regions are very special biodiversity hotspot. It has greater species richness, evenness also, and because the climate is consistent and mild and favorable, so the individuals, the organisms living there do not have to endure this harsh transition of climates. and they have a better chance of survival. That's why the tropical regions express greater habitat diversity. And from this slide, you can see the bright color on the left side are the species-rich areas of the Earth, especially the rain tropical forests. And the right side displays the threatened species. Those are the species are threatened, or many species are going extinct. And this big, beautiful picture shows you one of the hotspots on Earth. And those islands host more than 1,400 fish species and 75% of known coral reefs. So this is a picture, and it tells you how those hotspots look like. And they are so species rich, and it's incredible. Now, I want to mention about the human body. This is one other example about biodiversity. I want to challenge you. Do you know how many kinds of bacteria live in our human body? The answer is between 500 and 1,000 kinds of bacteria. And many of them are very beneficial to us. If you work in medical center or in doctor's office or surgery center, you will know after people finish surgery, they have to take the antibiotics, and that kill the beneficial bacteria. So many people take yogurt that has a very beneficial effects on their body, that help their body to recover and build up their immunity again. So that concludes the third topic, okay, the biodiversity.